Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope y'all having a great weekend overall, man. Back at y'all with some more boxing talk. We're gonna talk about Bivol Beterbiev 3, the trilogy, being postponed to early 2026. The David Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde full card reaction, and then of course we're gonna get into some open boxing topics. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the building so far. If y'all could go ahead and hit the like button as soon as y'all come in, that'll be very much appreciated. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the building so far. We already got a few comments. Shout out to the boy Forever Dedicated. He says, salute Mazuma. How's your weekend? Everything's going well, man. Got my son with me, as always, man. Shout out to the active fathers that's in the building. You feel what I mean? Got some work done. We had a good, bro. I had a good time on the 4th of July, man. Like, I don't really do that too often, you know what I mean? But we had a few people over, you know what I mean? We were just chilling on the rooftop, overlooking the city, seeing all the fireworks that's going on around us, you know what I mean? Because Philly known for the fireworks, especially in the hood. So it was a good time, bro. We had our own fireworks. Shout out to my boy Stevan. You know what I mean? Brought them fireworks through, and we had a great time, bro. Great food, great atmosphere. You know what I mean? No drama. You feel what I'm saying? So it was a really good time. You know what I mean? Definitely no deadbeats coffee. Shout out to you. Simple Boxing says, salute Mazuma TV, the GOAT of boxing talk. I appreciate that, brother. Did you see Conor Ben acting tough and expecting Harlem Eubank hand wraps? He said, I can't miss this, and was staring Harlem Eubank down. No, I didn't see that at all. I didn't even tune into the fight, to be honest with you. I just been caught up all day. I mean, took a nap. Was with my son, just playing around with him. I just put him down about like 2 hours ago. So that sounds like gunshots right there, brother. But anyways, that definitely was gunshots. I didn't see it. They didn't see your question, Simba. You know what I mean? But to be honest with you, Conor Ben worried about the wrong shit. He need to worry about Harlem Eubank cousin. You feel me? So I don't even understand why he even felt the need to do that. And I'm confused as to why Harlem Eubank allowed Conor Ben to inspect his hand wraps. Like, what's up with pro fighters inspecting other pro fighters' hand wraps? Like, Conor Ben tried to have Billy Joe Saunders inspect Chris Eubank hand wraps. Now he over here inspecting Harlem Eubank. Bro, cut it the fuck out, bro. You 0-1 against the Eubank. Try to get your lick back, nigga. Why is you worried about Harlem Eubank? The fuck? That's the nigga you should have been fighting for real, instead of moving up 2 weight classes. Goofy ass nigga. You probably would have beat Harlem Eubank. But you want to go fight his big cousin and get your ass whooped. Calm-minded in the building. He said, really respect for what you going on, brother. Keep doing your thing. I see you taking over this shit. Strive for greatness. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Shout out to Calm-minded. By the way, your TikTok popped up on my For You page. Came from that. Shout out to Mazuma TV clips. We got to give him credit for that. Coffee Plant says, StreamYard Mark, a dangerous mark. That's hilarious, man. Shout out to the boy Coffee Plant. Salute Mazuma Nation. Absolutely. Agent 86 in the building. What up? Slime in the building. What's going on, brother Slime? We got to bring you back up on the channel eventually, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to the boy Slime. Yeah, man, some good things going on in the sport of boxing. Before we get into the main topics that's discussed in the video title, have y'all seen Turkey Al-Sheikh's Dmitry Banner? What up? He said, yo, you see that sparring between Mason and Floyd? Yeah, I did see that, and I gave my live fight reaction to the sparring session on my previous live. You know what I mean? But it was only one round. You know what I mean? I'm assuming both guys have gotten better since then. So, can it tell what could actually happen in a fight between them? Yeah, because it seems like both of their styles are still pretty spot on, in comparison to the sparring session. So it might be something that could, be duplicated, in the professional ranks. I've always thought that Abdullah Mason was the superior boxer. I thought that he had better skills, that better speed. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I always looked at Abdullah Mason as the better fighter. And, in that sparring session, it looked like Floyd Schofield, had some good abilities. And I've always said that Kid Austin had a lot of potential. But Abdullah Mason's timing was on 1,000 in that sparring session. His counter punching ability was on 1,000. He showcased a great jab. And it looked like he technically got a knockdown against Schofield in that round. To be honest with you, whether people like it or not, that was technically a knockdown. And he looked like he got visibly hurt to the body as well. So I genuinely thought, and Kid Austin said that they actually did 4 rounds. Abdullah Mason said they only did 1 round. I don't know what the case is, but what I can tell you is within that one round, it seemed like they were, a level apart from each other, to be honest with you. You feel what I mean? So that was my overall take on that. All right, bet, Slime. I got you. He says, boxing heating up, bro. It definitely is. I actually was coming across some tweets from Turkey Al-Sheikh, and I don't know if it's just a language barrier between us and him. Like, I don't know exactly what the situation is, but to be honest with you, bro, he's hard to understand at times. And I don't know if I think Turkey Al-Sheikh be trolling for real. And it was to the point where I'm looking at his account to see if it's like, a troll account or something. So he posted a picture between Michael Benson and Dan Rayfield. And he says the real fight of the century has been finalized. The headline an upcoming Riyadh season event. Mike Coppinger versus Dan Rayfield. The two have agreed on a catch weight of 375 pounds and a 16-foot ring. So he definitely trolling Dan Rayfield, which is actually a little bit funny. I ain't gonna lie to you. Then he goes on to say, we have a surprise for Shakur Stevenson on Saturday, a ring that shrinks as the fight goes on. Shakur says he is ready to deliver a beatdown of William Cepeda, and I know the Mexican is prepared for the challenge of the biggest fight of his life. This motherfucker said that he got a ring that shrinks as the round goes on, bro. That's fucking hilarious. Imagine that. Imagine he actually does that. Oh my God, bro. That would be so fucking funny. But with the type of money Turkey got, they probably could come up with some shit like that. But I highly doubt that's a scenario, bro. That shit would send shockwaves throughout the boxing world. That'll really piss a lot of people off, including me. You know what I mean? I don't like when motherfuckers try to change the dynamic of the dynamic of boxing. If you're gonna change anything, change the ring size. Don't get no motherfucking modified ring that just fucking shrinks as the fight goes on. Like, bro, all that hybrid shit, bro, go take that shit somewhere else. You know what I mean? Stop trying to fuck with the sport. Let me see. CompuBox and the Ring Magazine have decided to, partner up together. They said they'll continue to deliver fans the most accurate boxing metrics, insights, and statistics across all of the Ring's platforms. Kind of confused about that. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's what Turkey Al-Sheikh said, Slime. He said that he got a ring that's gonna shrink as Shakur fights as the round goes on. I think he tweaking though. He trolling. But I'm kind of confused by this collaboration between the Ring Magazine and CompuBox, to be honest with you. Because he said, through this deal, we will continue to deliver fans the most accurate boxing metrics, insights, and statistics across all of the Ring's platforms. I thought that was what CompuBox already did. I thought they already gave us accurate boxing metrics, insights, and statistics across, boxing platforms. But I guess they weren't working with the Ring at one point, and now they are. I don't know. But shout out to the boy Denitric Banner with the $2 super chat, man. I appreciate you very much. You always coming through and showing love, man. Tago, what up? Lee Jackson, what up? What's going on? Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Y'all go ahead, hit the like button. Let's get the algorithm on the up. But yeah, man. I actually wanted to speak on this, man, because just hearing this news is kind of disappointing to me, but not for the reason that y'all may think. You feel what I mean? But before anything, man, congratulations to Jack Catterall. You know what I mean? He defeated Harlem Eubank tonight. Technical decision. You know what I mean? There was a headbutt that split both of them. You know what I mean? I guess they couldn't continue, so they went out with the scorecards. And Catterall came out on top. Pause. So congratulations for Jack Catterall for getting back in the winning column. Oh, shit. Okay. So according to the Ring Magazine, this actually went right. This was posted 5 hours ago, so this slipped right by me. The WBA is going to review their ranking of Jake Paul after criticism. So it says right here, due to heavy criticism and outrage from other ranked contenders, the WBA will review Jake Paul's cruiserweight ranking at their upcoming European convention in Madrid, which takes place from July 15th to July 18th. So that'll be taking place within 10 days, so a week and a half. The WBA ranked Paul at number 14 in his cruiserweight rankings after his lackluster win over Chavez Jr. last Saturday. Chavez Jr. wasn't ranked at cruiserweight, and his last notable win came in 2012 at middleweight. Paul has never defeated a ranked boxer unless you count his fight with the 58-year-old Mike Tyson. That's definitely the Ring Magazine definitely throwing shots at Jake Paul, but it's true. It's true. You see what I'm saying? Like I told you guys, Jake Paul getting a ranking in the WBA was just a business move on the WBA's part. Nobody could sit here and tell me that Jake Paul actually deserved him being ranked in a world sanctioning body at this point in time. You feel what I mean? This dude has beat no notable names whatsoever. He's beat recognizable names, but recognized for different things, or recognized for being something in the past. You feel what I'm saying? Whether we talking, like I said, we go all the way back to the Nate Robinson one, an NBA player. That's how you decided to make your pro debut. All since the beginning of your career, you have made a mockery of the sport. I love what Jake Paul does, in terms of like donating to Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? Boxing bullies, they renovating gyms all over the country and Puerto Rico. So I could love and appreciate that from Jake Paul. I think he's a terrific promoter. I think that what he's doing for women's boxing is absolutely phenomenal. I love it. You see what I mean? How he takes care of, his fighters and stuff like that. You could really appreciate that. You could really enjoy it. There's things to love about Jake Paul from a promoter aspect, but since becoming a professional fighter, he's made a complete mockery of the sport. He's benefited off of the sport by he's received privilege due to just being a celebrity prior to going into boxing. So, there's these guys that, who, may work their ass off their whole life for this boxing shit and never get that ultimate opportunity. You see what I'm saying? Never get the paydays that they truly deserve. They might get fucked over by a promoter, a manager, whatever, and their career will never be, up to, a high elite level. Then we got Jake Paul over here who pretty much was privileged off of the rip. Came into the game with millions and just exploited the game, like just completely made a mockery of the sport. Nate Robinson. Then you fighting Ben Askren, Anderson Silva, Tyron Woodley 2 times. And then you finally fight somebody who has some sort of boxing experience in Tommy Fury. You come up short. Then after that, you start fighting these guys that, were technically pro fighters, but were not established at all. These guys had padded records, had no notable wins on their resume. Therefore, they weren't notable fighters. Then, fast forward now, you picking on you picking on boxing legends. You picking on boxing legends, bro. You see what I'm saying? So all you doing, bro, you cherry picked your way to being in a certain position. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden you feel like you're deserving of a world title fight. Get the fuck out of here, bro. For you to be ranked in the sanctioning body, bro, why don't you fight somebody who's actually ranked? Not no 58-year-old Mike Tyson who you try to get the people to believe still had it and had an actual, chance of winning the fight. And you run and you push these false narratives, man, and you be having these naive boxing fans and casual boxing fans believe in you, and they just eat up out your hands. But somebody like me who done been around the game for a long time, sees past the bullshit. Coffee says true finesse. That's a fact. That's exactly what he's been doing. He's been finessing the game, and the fans are getting tired of it. You know what I mean? Because you popping all this shit, bro. How you gonna call out a lightweight, a fucking cruiserweight, heavyweights all at one time? Like who the fuck does that? You all over the place. You're not truly in the game to actually, become an all-time great and become this legend. Nah, bro. You trying to really milk the game so you could keep, making your pockets fatter, bro. You feel what I mean? And we actually wouldn't mind it if you fighting legitimate competition, but look at who you fighting, bro. You fought Chavez Jr. and you was pushing. You said that Canelo barely beat him. Bro, that was the easiest fight of Canelo's career. That was the easiest fight of Canelo's career, bro. Hands down, no debating. What is we talking about? 12-0 on all scorecards. And we knew Chavez wasn't going to do shit because he hasn't done shit since he became the middleweight champion back in 2012, bro. In 2012, I was in 8th grade. A bona fide virgin. That was the last time Chavez Jr. did something. I was a virgin. That like what the fuck? Like in 8th grade, I was a bona fide virgin. That was the last time Chavez Jr. and I done did a whole lot of shit since being a virgin, bro. And this motherfucker go ahead and try to push it like this guy's some legitimate threat. That's what he does. He takes these motherfucking washed up scrubs, make them look like they somebody, get the people to be like, oh man, this guy might actually beat Jake Paul. And then he gets y'all to tune in just for him to finesse y'all. Just to finesse y'all. Oh man, I should have known. Bro, you did know. You chose to go against your logic. You decided to go against your logic, and that's not what men do. That's not what intelligent people do. So long story short, he taking advantage of y'all dumbasses. Just keep it 1,000. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's another thing. And then like Jake Paul, I see why he's scary with the matchmaking, Ralph, because you know he gassing out by the 6th round, 6th, 7th round, mouth open. This motherfucker hair all over the place. He got his bangs in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? Mouth all open, bro. Him and Caleb Plant got the same stamina. Y'all niggas, you and Caleb Plant got the same stamina package. Straight up. This nigga got Caleb Plant lungs over here trying to act like he could fuck with Gilberto Ramirez. How you call out Gilberto Ramirez? You calling out Anthony Joshua. You calling out and Gervonta Davis at the same time. How you do that? You making a complete mockery of the sport. So when the WBA was the only the only sanctioning body that came out here and told y'all, we're going to give Jake Paul an opportunity. All the other sanctioning bodies like, all right, go ahead, fuck. And they seen that y'all guys were complete opportunists in this situation because y'all know y'all ain't got no bona fide stars in the cruiserweight division. Y'all looking to get a check, as these sanctioning bodies always do. You know what I mean? Whether they earned it or not, if they see an opportunity to make some money or make a ginormous bag, they going to go for it. You know what I mean? They heard the boxing fans talking shit, so now they trying to pull back. The WBA got a history of that. Smoochie, what up? What's going on, Smoochie? Hopefully you don't fall asleep. Stay up for me. The WBA has a history of that, trying to, implement some type of rules or try to make a move, and then when they face a little criticism, they back down. I always bring up the Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis situation. Devin Haney and them, they was trying to put Gervonta in a situation where they had to fight him. So they went through the WBA, considering the fact that Gervonta Davis had like the WBA regular and fucking Devin Haney had the legit world title. He was trying to force the WBA to make the regular champion fight the legitimate champion. And when Gervonta Davis's team got word that the WBA was about to enforce that, they go ahead, they curse the WBA out. Oh, you keep this fucking belt. We ain't got to follow anybody rules. We're gonna do whatever we want to do. And what the WBA do? They sat their ass down and you know what I mean. Listen to their boss. You feel what I'm saying? This is brother Nazim Richardson. Don't disrespect my brother, son. Don't disrespect brother Nazim Richardson. That's an all-time great right there. Appreciate you, Smoochie. Thank you. So I just find it funny that WBA is now seeing that they were wrong in this situation, so now they're going to take the time to review Jake Paul's ranking. Jake Paul don't deserve to be in the ranking. Jake Paul, if you want a legit ranking, Jake Paul, beat somebody credible. Beat somebody in the WBA rankings that happens to be in the top 15. Just do it. And if you beat somebody who's legitimately ranked in the WBA, it's fully like reasonable to put you in the rankings afterwards. But if you fighting all these like old Mike Tyson, washed up Chavez Jr., who wasn't even ranked at cruiserweight, haven't done nothing in over 13 years, a decade and some change, he hasn't done anything significant in the sport. Why do you feel like you deserve that ranking? There's no reason for you to be on that rankings, man. You want to be a ranked contender? Do what contenders do. Do what ranked contenders do, and that's beat other contenders. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. So that's my spiel on that whole situation, man. I didn't even see that, but I'm glad that they are. Um, thank God they are. Going to review that. Now that doesn't guarantee that they remove Jake Paul from the rankings. Most likely they won't. But the fact that they actually hear all the criticism, that just lets you know that they on bullshit. Shout out to the fans for holding them accountable. You feel what I'm saying? Salute, salute. So I actually wanted to bring up this article right here as well, man. I wanted to speak about, shout out to Scott Nicholson. She got the stoppage. You know what I mean? She looked good. She looked good and she looked good. You feel what I'm saying? Money, Mark, money. Yeah, I know exactly what it is. Coffee. You know what I mean? But boxing fans, you know what I mean? They fed up with the bullshit. There's going to be politics in every sport, but boxing is just so consistent. It's ridiculous. Shout out to David Lumpkin. David Lumpkin with the $5 Cash App. Salute, brother. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for coming through and supporting the channel as always. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I wanted to bring up right here. This is what I wanted to bring up right here, man. And this is an unfortunate situation, and it just goes to show how Turkey Al-Sheikh and everybody makes mistakes. Let's not get it wrong, but this is what happens when you go against the fans' wishes and you feel like you know what's best when in reality you don't. The Dmitry Bivol, Artur Beterbiev trilogy fight for the Ring Magazine Light Heavyweight Championship was on the Riyadh season schedule for November, Mike Coppinger has learned. However, Bivol and Beterbiev both asked Turkey Al-Sheikh to hold the fight in Russia with different organizers, and Turkey gave his blessing. And now it's unclear when the third fight will happen. So this is completely confusing to me, right? Because I remember at one point in time, Dmitry Bivol defeats Artur Beterbiev in the second fight. I personally thought he won the first fight, but the reality is 1-1, right? But a lot of people haven't really been wanting to see the trilogy, to be honest with you. You see what I mean? Like, I guess we wouldn't mind it because stylistically it's an exciting fight, but it wasn't the priority. I think a lot of boxer fans, a lot of hardcore boxer fans wanted to see David Benavidez in the mix with either one of these guys. You see what I'm saying? And considering the fact that, Dmitry Bivol was able to get his lick back against Artur Beterbiev from the first fight, won the second fight, he was undisputed. So now David Benavidez, who was getting fucked over by the politics of boxing at 168 pounds, if you know, he was looking to come to 175 with, going into a new chapter, like a fresh start, hopefully not being plagued by the politics of boxing. But unfortunately, the politics of boxing had caught up once again to David Benavidez in the 175-pound division. He's trying to get the winner of these two guys. He called them out several times on many interviews on different platforms, especially after the David Morrell fight. Cool. The WBC finally puts him in position where they mandate Dmitry Bivol to face him, as they should. That's what sanctioning body's supposed to do. Do their job, right? Cool. So they go ahead, they order the fight. Dmitry Bivol seems like he got some options. You better these bum-ass firefighters. Anyways. Jesus Christ, bro. Sorry, yo. Nah, they ain't gonna wake my son up. Yeah, Anonymous. Shout out to Anonymous in the building. He said the third fight gonna be in Russia. Well, that's what they reported, but I'm just giving y'all the rundown of what happened. So the WBC finally does their job. They give David Benavidez, they put David Benavidez in position, and it looked like Dmitry Bivol had options, right? So it seemed like he was contemplating between fighting Beterbiev in the third fight, or just go ahead and defending his WBC title against David Benavidez, right? Because he just became undisputed. That was his ultimate goal, and I think he understands what comes with being undisputed, having to defend each title that you have eventually, right? Cool. But then Turki Al-Sheikh butts in. He butts in. You know what I mean? Instead of just letting the champion make his own decisions and stuff, he pretty much gave Bivol an ultimatum. He pretty much said, listen, man, don't forget who, put you in position. Like, don't forget who gave you, your helped you get the biggest achievement of your career. Don't forget who gave you the big money. You know what I mean? And you got to make your decision quick because minds change every day. So he pretty much convinced. I think to be honest with you, I think he manipulated Dmitry Bivol into, vacating his title. And as a result, a lot of people haven't gave Dmitry Bivol criticism for it, but he ultimately ducked David Benavidez in this situation. You see what I mean? And y'all couldn't tell me any different because let's say if Devin Haney was a WBC champion at welterweight, and let's say they ordered Ryan Garcia to be his mandatory, right? And he goes ahead and he vacates his WBC title to go fight somebody else in a fight that we've already seen. Everybody gonna say that Devin Haney ducked Ryan Garcia. That's just the realities. But considering the fact that it's Dmitry Bivol and he got the complexion for the protection, he didn't really face much criticism. But the reality is he did duck David Benavidez. He did. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. So you know what I'm saying? They made it seem like the trilogy was gonna take place in November. You know what I mean? So David Benavidez, he's scrambling trying to find an opponent because he thought that the WBC was gonna put him in position. They bowed out the WBC. They ended up giving David Benavidez the belt. He like, damn, I'm champion, but I didn't get the belt how I wanted to get the belt. And not only did I want the WBC, I wanted the 3 other titles that was associated with Dmitry Bivol. So like, what the fuck? So now he trying to search for Callum Smith. You know what I mean? Callum Smith didn't like the money that he was getting or whatever. I guess Anthony Yarde liked the motherfucking money. So now, the date that Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev was supposed to fight on, now David Benavidez is fighting in that same month. And that could have easily been, nobody could tell me any different. It could have easily been Dmitry Bivol and David Benavidez in that situation. But Turki Al-Sheikh went against it. Apparently, he didn't really agree with Dmitry Bivol taking that fight with Benavidez. They made it seem like they already had something in place. Come to find out, these guys don't even want to fight in Riyadh. They don't even want to fight in Riyadh, bro. Turki Al-Sheikh did all this butting in, all this, pretty much intercepted the fight from David Benavidez. You know what I mean? They had a fight happen again in Riyadh and, make this a Riyadh fight. Whole time, they don't even want to fight in Riyadh. Neither one of them. Neither one of them want to fight in Riyadh. So now Turki Al-Sheikh sitting here looking dumb as hell, thinking this whole time that they had something set in place. Whole time the date is unclear now. They both want to fight in Russia. You know what I mean? Pretty much saying, no, we not doing this right away. We're gonna do this shit in early 2026. So I don't know. Weird situation, bro. And it's said by with different organizers. What does that mean? I don't think Bivol's scared to fight anybody neither. I made it clear. that Turki Al-Sheikh interfered with this situation. You know what I'm saying? Like Turki interfered with this situation. I think Dmitry Bivol was contemplating fighting David Benavidez. And like I said, as a champion, especially if you got all 4 major titles, you understand the responsibilities that come with that. It's not like just some type of jewelry that you just take pictures with. No, you have to defend these titles. So I think that when it was first presented to him, I think Dmitry Bivol was about to follow through with it. However, Turki Al-Sheikh interfered and put Dmitry Bivol in a situation where he ultimately had to bow out of the David Benavidez fight, and that's technically a duck. There's multiple reasons for why you could duck somebody. Fear is not always involved. Sometimes the politics of boxing may force you to duck somebody or put you in a position where you may have to duck somebody. I think that was this situation right here. I don't think Bivol got any bitch in his heart at all. But that shit was definitely influenced by Turki Al-Sheikh. He pretty much told him, like, from what I interpreted from that situation, Turki was pretty much saying, yo, if you fight David Benavidez, I ain't fucking with you no more. That's what I interpreted it as. Or if you take this David Benavidez fight, I'm gonna feel insulted. I'm gonna feel like you betrayed me. And Bivol like, damn, well, this one I'm getting the money with. I ain't trying to fuck up. I ain't trying to burn this bridge. You feel what I'm saying? So let me just stay on this good side so I could keep bringing that bacon home to my family. That's how I look at it. I think that Bivol made a business decision, but that business decision, you know, caused him to duck David Benavidez. That's the reality. That's the reality. Rogers the second, I believe that's the name. He says, I don't blame Bivol for avoiding the fight due to the WBC removing him from the rankings due to an issue he had nothing to do with. Yeah, and I was highly critical of that situation. Rogers, that's actually a great point. And I was saying how could y'all do that? Like, first of all, why the fuck is y'all involved in like the politics that's going on in the world with a boxing ranking? That's nutty. That's dumb as shit. You feel what I mean? And Beterbiev was champion at the time. And he's a Russian. They're both Russian fighters. So you saying you're not going to put Bivol in the WBC rankings because he's a fucking Russian. Whole time Beterbiev was a Russian and he's the one that's defending the title. But y'all saying because he got a Canadian citizenship, somehow he's different. So I'm an American, right? And let's say the IBF says that they not, and I know this would damn near be impossible. They'll just lose a shit ton of money. But let's say they say, due to what the U.S. is doing in Iran or whatever the case is, we're not putting any American fighters on our sanction and under our IBF rankings. No American fighters. But the motherfucker who currently has the world title, God damn, why it just sound like, I'm sorry, y'all. These fireworks is, I don't know, y'all can't really hear them, but they're like dumb loud. This shit feel like it's shaking my crib a little bit. Like I was saying, y'all telling me that I can't fight for the IBF because I'm an American. Whole time the dude who got the fucking belt that I'm trying to fight is from America. But because he got a motherfucking citizenship in motherfucking Ghana, they don't look at him like he's an exception. You know how goofy that sounds? I think the example I just made that I was champion. But whatever. I'm an American. I have the world title, but because I have a citizenship in Ghana or Nigeria or whatever the case is, you know what I mean? It's okay. It's okay that I'm an American because I got a citizenship in a different country. Fucking dumb. Dumb as hell. But at the same time, Rogers, we got to take into consideration that although they did that to him, Dmitry Bivol still chose to fight for them titles against Artur Beterbiev. He still decided to fight for the WBC. So he knew what came with the responsibilities. He knew what came with getting that belt. You feel what I'm saying? Marky Dan, what up? You know what I mean? Like, even though the WBC did do him dirty in that situation, Dmitry Bivol still decided, he still felt like undisputed was important. He still fought for that title, and he knew what came with winning that title. You feel what I'm saying? So now you can't, like, I understand they did you dirty and shit like that, but with you having a title and knowing what comes with it, all of a sudden you just can't be like, nah, man. You know what I mean? Because y'all did me dirty before, so, you know what I mean? I ain't about to be fulfilling no orders. No, that just sounds nutty. Then why fight for it in the first place? If you don't fuck with them like that, why you fighting? Why you fighting for the belt in the first place? You feel me? But I definitely understand that situation. I remember being so puzzled when that news came out. I'm like, what the fuck? bro. Like, if I'm Beterbiev, I would have felt disrespected. So I'm like, the fuck you got against Russians, bro? We not in the war fighting these niggas, man. We ain't got nothing. That's our government. We like that's them making that move. We ain't got nothing to do with that. We was just born here. So because we born here, we ops. We are ops. We the WBC ops because we from Russia and Russia on some nut shit. America do nut shit all the time. Why you ain't taking American people out the sanctioning bodies? That's that selective smoke shit I be talking about. The fuck? If I was Beterbiev, I'm like, what the fuck you mean? I'd have had the world title on my motherfucking shoulder. I'm like, what the fuck you mean? Because he from Russia, he can't fight for the title. You know where I'm from? Ricio the shit all over himself. Stupid ass. I can't stand some of these figures in boxing, man. Straight weirdos. Turkey still being petty over that Alcatraz situation with Benavidez. I mean, he got Benavidez fighting on his card in November. So, I mean, all that petty shit would be for no reason at this point. Silks Bando said Benavidez always gets the bad end of the stick. Only valid renown is biological. What? Silks, you tweaking. You gotta rewrite that. Benavidez always gets the bad end of the stick. Okay. Only valid renown is biological. Gave Beterbiev the rematch. Bro, you gotta rewrite that, brother. You might have to rewrite that in the super chat. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I mean? That shit was kind of stressful to read through. If I'm gonna have a hard time reading something, you might as well pay me for it. Pedro, brother. Yeah, Pedro be tweaking. But shout out to everybody in the building, man. Long story short, Bivol, Beterbiev, trilogy is postponed. The date is unclear at this point. They asked for other organizers to get this trilogy going. I wonder why, but regardless, that's what they both requested. It seemed like they communicated with each other. They seem like they're on the same page. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like in the meantime, or the whole time, Turkey should have been trying to get a fight going between Bivol and Benavidez and not Bivol and Beterbiev, because all this time was wasted. All this time we thinking the fight going to happen this year, and it's going to happen in 2026. And the date is unclear, so it could be January, February, March, April. It could literally be any of those months. And all of that time wasted, we could have got a big fight. You know what I mean? And David Benavidez and Anthony Yarde is a good fight, but it's not the fight. We looking for the fights, not a good fight, especially with that type of money you kicking out. Bivol is going to get trashed by Beterbiev. I don't know, especially if they waiting until 2026. Beterbiev is only getting older, brother. Shout out to Slime, though. Silk says, I was doing something and typing, my bad. The only reason I could see Beterbiev get the third fight is because he gave Bivol the rematch, which is understandable. I understand that too. You feel what I'm saying? But like I said, you know what I'm saying? They completely threw Benavidez to the wayside because they were making it seem like a fight was going to happen between them in 2025. Whole time, this shit is getting postponed all the way to early 2026. You feel me? So, and I know it's only a couple months, but you know, at the same time, Bivol should have. I feel like Bivol and Benavidez should have happened, you know, in November. I think that should have been the fight. I mean, I made it seem like they were both gonna fight each other in November. Whole time they not. So it's time wasted, to be honest with you. It's time wasted. But salute to everybody that's in the chat, man. We got 27 people in the building. Thank you for tuning in. And while we talking about David Benavidez, man, he got a big fight going on against Anthony Yarde. I think since we spoke, I think they solidified a few more fights. So I wanted to give you guys my reaction to this whole card thus far. Now, and you know, there might be some more that they got in the works or whatever the case is, but let me see. What? Turkey Al-Sheikh posted some shit. Turkey Al-Sheikh posted some shit about like Home Alone 2. I don't know what the fuck he talking about. He be on nut shit. I don't know what he be talking about. But anyways, let me see. Since I've been gone, by the way, they gonna have two of my favorite fighters on the same card. Yo, you see how this shit goes? So remember when they did the fights in Philly? It was Boots and Bam on the same card. And y'all knew I had to go pull up on Bam, you know what I mean, just to meet the guy. Because like I said, he's one of my favorite fighters. Boom. So now they got David Benavidez and Bam on the same card. So let's talk about this real quick. Shit. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. It says another blockbuster fight. Ring Magazine and WBC Super Flyweight World Champion Jesse Bam Rodriguez will collide with WBA champion Fernando Puma Martinez as a part of a massive Riyadh season card in November. So we got a unification fight. Going down with Bam Rodriguez, man. I absolutely love it. You know what I mean? That's a great fight. I've seen Bam fight, but I've seen Fernando Martinez fight as well. So this is going to be lit. This is definitely going to be lit, man. This card, I ain't going to lie. I think this card looked better than the one that, Bivol and Beterbiev was on. You know what I mean? That had, motherfucking Shakur Stevenson and all those different guys on there. I think this is the best card that he's made to date. What y'all think? With how the way this card is being put together right now, is this the best card that he's come up with thus far? Let me know. Yes, no. Do y'all think the other card was better? Y'all let me know what the case is. If he wins his two fights. Well, he got to win the one that's in front of him first. That's absolutely true. But I'm confident that he'll be able to do so. Tego says facts by far. So just to let you guys know, Benavidez, Anthony Yarde, Bam versus Fernando Martinez, Brian Norman Jr. versus Devin Haney, and Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noakes. I wonder how many he's trying to make on this card. Because that's a hell of a main card in itself. I would love to see what the prelims are. If they all make it to the fight. All right, let's be a little you telling the truth, Anonymous, but goddamn. Let's be a little optimistic here, brother. God damn. I hope they all make it to the card, man. Like, bro. This card starting, we got Abdullah Mason off of the rip. Like, what? Turkey Al Freaky needs to stop announcing fights early. I'm not a fan of that neither, but damn, bro. All right, let's just speak. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, the fight starts. Right? First bout off the rip. Abdullah Mason and Sam Noakes. Sheesh. That's a main event right there. That's a top-ranked main event right there. Brian Norman versus Devin Haney. Now, I think the way that they're going to position it, I think they're going to make Devin and Brian Norman the co-main event. And I think Benavidez and Anthony Yarde are going to be the main. Or maybe they'll switch them. I don't know. But I think it's going to be Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noakes. Bam versus Fernando Martinez. You said Haney should be main event? Should he?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Son tells me it's going to be Benavidez and Yarde. But regardless, absolutely lit card. Each Each event right here, like Jesse Rodriguez versus Fernando Martinez, that's a matchroom main event fight right there. Brian Norman versus Devin Haney, that's definitely that's a main event. And you already know Benavidez and Anthony Yarde, that's a PBC main event right there. For sure. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely lit. Coffee said, "Don't give a fuck who main event. To be honest, as long as we getting good fights, that's a fact. That's a fact." Yasir Ali says, "Turkey says the ring will shrink each round of Shakur fight. Nigga mad where he doesn't respect African American fighters." Well, that's what everybody moving with. And when I was saying that, people said that I had people in my comments talking about, and I would just pack them because I ain't even about to be dealing with the foolishness and the ignorance. You feel what I mean? But they was like, man, why you playing the race card? Why you making everything about race? Bro, it's not, bro, they making it about race. The fuck is you talking about? I'm the one that's exposing it. I'm the one that's, calling it for what it is, and people looking at me like I'm crazy, bro. Like I said, when people talk about this whole running stuff, bro, they're talking about black fighters. And there's this goofy ass nigga running around with the swollen eyes, with the motherfucking cataracts and the taco hat on, and he talking about, oh, this isn't about black fighters. This isn't about black fighters. Okay. Name the fighters that you're talking about. And he goes ahead and he names 2 black fighters, along with Archie Sharp. Like, this motherfucker really sat here and said, who was the 2 guys he mentioned? He mentioned William Skull. Did he mention Guillermo Rigondeaux and Archie Sharp? Like, bro, do you not know that Guillermo Rigondeaux and William Skull are black men? Look at them. The fuck? They darker than you. Taco hat wearing ass nigga. The fuck? Like, bro, these niggas is goofy, bro. So, and let's keep it real. People wasn't talking about this no running rule until they seen them fights that happened with William Skull and Canelo and Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez. Let's just keep it a bean. Keep it a bean. Nobody seen the Archie Sharp fight and was like, no running rule. Nobody said that. Nobody said that, bro. Nobody said that. You feel what I'm saying? So I hate when these motherfuckers target black fighters, and then when motherfuckers put their feet to the fire, oh man, who said I was targeting black fighters? Dickhead, your actions, cuz. Nobody was thinking about no running rule when Sonny Edwards was outboxing all them dudes in the UK. Nobody was talking about that no running rule when Archie Sharp was boxing. Like, knock it off, bro. Stop making it seem like y'all don't see color. Oh, I don't see color. Man, shut the fuck up. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Your tone a little different when you talk about black fighters because we all see it. The fuck is you talking about? And Turkey Al-Sheikh, he just a dumb nigga with money. Keep it 1,000. He a dumb nigga with money. A follower with bread. The fuck? Yeah, that's Tego. That's all these casuals do. They too dumb to come up with their own opinion, so they'll see some shit that they like, you know what I mean, or they feel like you feel like makes sense, and they just copy and paste it and act like that's their original thought. Y'all casual niggas be plagiarizing the game, cause y'all be plagiarizing dumb niggas. If you gonna steal from somebody who know what the fuck they talking about. Yeah, Josh Kelly, that motherfucker be moving all around the ring. Ain't nobody ever hear him call him a runner. Yeah, bro. Like, I would respect motherfuckers' opinion more if they just, even if they dead wrong. if it was an original thought. I be hearing these dudes. I know exactly where they get their talking points from. I'm like, bro, y'all gotta come better than that. 88 Sports Talk said, I'm just glad we getting good fights. I don't care who putting it together. Facts. I agree. I was saying not too long ago, they could have made this fight. Nickelodeon could have put this shit together, and I'd have been right there on watching that shit on Nick at Night. Fuck. Don't matter. Tyson Fury, yeah. Watch the Vladimir Klitschko fight. Go watch all them Johns. Motherfucker get on his bicycle. Ain't nobody tell Tyson, all he does is run. Bro, all he would do was jab and hold, motherfuckers. Jab and hold. Wouldn't engage to save his life. Ain't nobody ever called Tyson Fury no runner. Remember motherfuckers was mad Haney was considering Black Prime? Yeah. So Devin Haney got cheated by Ryan Garcia, cuz. Devin Haney got cheated by Ryan Garcia. So, I mean, everybody knows that. Everybody knows he got cheated, but because he took punishment in the fight, and people somehow still try to attach a loss to him. That was the crazy part. They still was trying to attach the laws to him, even though it got ruled a no contest because the man cheated. He did not fight on fair grounds. He comes back into the game like, all right, man, I'm trying to see exactly what a comeback day is. Oh, well, we can have you come back at this time, but we can only offer you this because of your last performance. What? I got cheated. I got knocked down all those times. I got up. I made it to the scorecards. He used performance enhancement drugs against me. My stock lowered because I got cheated. Oh, I'm sorry, man. This is what we. So, yeah, Devin Haney did what businessmen do. They took their talents elsewhere to see where they could get a better deal. And whole time people saying, oh, Devin, oh, man, Devin pricing himself out. Oh, Devin being hard to negotiate with, man. Oh, why Devin just didn't take the money at Top? Remember when T.O. sent them that bullshit deal with Top Rank? And it was like, oh, man, Devin ain't got nothing else on the table. Why he just don't take that? Why, man, he ain't getting deals from nowhere else. Bro, you ain't even let the man explore. Bro, how could you say that? First of all, you don't know. You don't got this. Do y'all niggas got this nigga iCloud? Do y'all niggas got this nigga iMessage? Are y'all recording his phone conversations? How you know he ain't got nothing else lined up? So I just sat back and waited. I was like, let's see who reached out to Devin Haney. As soon as I seen Devin Haney and Riyadh, I was like, oh, it's a wrap. Like, oh, it's a wrap. Turkey about to give him a bag, and that's exactly what he did. So now everybody looking stupid as shit. Those people running around. Oh man, he should have just signed that. He should have took that deal from Teofimo. He not getting that money nowhere else. Wrong. They seen a bullshit deal that Top Rank was trying to give, and y'all don't even know the bullshit deal that Devin Haney had to take the first time to become undisputed with Top Rank. For him to get that fight with George Kambosos, bro, he couldn't talk. And he said this in the Andre Ward interview. He couldn't talk to his managers. He couldn't talk to his father, who's the promoter. They offered him a deal, and they was like, yo, we giving you this deal right now. Take it or leave it. You know what I mean? You got this long to come up with a decision. If you talk to anybody about it and we hear it, we taking the deal off the table. So it put Devin in a situation where it's like, damn. What the fuck am I going to do? I could make more money elsewhere. Eddie Hearn, and they say, oh, Eddie Hearn can't be involved in this. That's what they told him. Eddie Hearn can't be involved in this deal. So he's like, damn, there's no way I could get Eddie Hearn involved in this deal? No. Okay. Eddie Hearn was like, man, let's just go somewhere else, man. I can get you better money. Don't worry about it. He was like, no, I'm trying to make history. I'm going to go do it. So then he goes, he does it, he beats George Kambosos. They have a rematch clause. Set in place, of course. So then he goes. So he goes to the negotiation table like, yo, man, I want the first fight. Is there any way that I could get any more money? I want more money. Nah, we can't give you no more money. This what you agreed to. This what you gonna get. You know what I mean? If you try to pull out of this fight, we gonna sue you. All right. Put Devin Haney in a situation where he had to fight for the same bread that he got in the first fight. Then when he goes, they try to backdoor him at the end of the deal. You know what I mean? They thought Lomachenko was going to get the job done. You know what I mean? He took a shitty deal and left that deal without a mark on him. And they was mad as shit about it. So now they want him to – so now Teofimo, who also discussed his displeasures with Top Rank. He know that Top Rank ain't shit. He know that they be undercutting motherfuckers. But so as a result of that, he sends Devin Haney an offer. Devin Haney like, that's it. We could get we're not taking this deal. We can make more money with Turkey and them. We can get a better deal somewhere else. Oh man. Devin just ducked T.O. Oh my God, he should have took the offer. He ain't gonna get that bag nowhere else. Nobody wants to pay Devin Haney. He just need to go ahead and take the deal. He being hard to deal with. Blah blah blah. This motherfucker go to Turkey Al-Sheikh, get a bag. He said they didn't even negotiate. They said that shit was agreed to within seconds. They go to Teofimo Lopez. Yo, we got this much for you. T.O. said 15 mil. I don't know how much it was, but T.O. he said that he was lying and shit, but you know what I mean? He could be lying about that. We don't ever know when he telling the truth. So let's just say 15. They offer him 15, significantly more than what Top Rank was going to give him for the Devin Haney fight. He turned it down. So he not going to sell his soul for no 15 mil. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, he was saying, oh man, fuck it, I'm a duck, like literally calling himself a duck. Then he said that, oh, I don't want to fight a Muslim in a Muslim country. Then this man had every excuse in the world. Every excuse in the world. Shit is crazy. Shit was crazy. Silks Bando said, remember Regis was playing nice after the Haney loss, and when Haney lost, he was saying Haney cheated with the weight against. Yeah, Regis is a hater. He first of all, Regis is a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Like he is straight up weirdo. You feel me? He was talking all that big shit about Haney, how he gonna hurt Haney and all this shit. This nigga get outclassed, sit on his ass. You know what I'm saying? All that good shit got fried. Then he like on his humble shit with Haney. Then he was so bitter about how the way that Haney fight ended because he got exposed. He got embarrassed. He didn't even look like a pro fighter in there with Dev, to be honest with you. You feel me? So he was playing it cool on the media, but he had some animosity towards Dev. Then when Dev had that low moment with Ryan Garcia, here he go. Oh man, you know, man, motherfucker a weight bully. Bro, he moved up to fight you, dickhead. How he a weight bully? You know how stupid you sound? Bro, let's say you right here on the screen, you a 154-pound guy. And you've been that your whole career because Regis was a career 140-pounder. He always been ducking the welterweight division. They act like you wasn't scared of Bud and all that, nigga. You feel me? You could have got up to 147 and got some smoke. You stood your ass at 140. But anyways, let's say you right here, you a career 154. You've been there your whole career. You know what I mean? And, you know, some champion that was undisputed at 47 come up and they offer you a fight. You take the fight. He fry you. Do you know how dumb you would sound to say that nigga was a weight bully or he had, you know, he was way bigger than, bro. He moved up to fight you, bro. He moved up to fight you. How can you talking shit about weight, man? He never made that weight until he rumbled you and whooped you. So it's like, how the fuck that even makes sense for you to even take that? Yeah, bro. Sounds super dumb. I'm sick of these idiots in boxing, bro. Jack Catterall fried you, showed that you old as shit. Motherfucker sitting there ring talking about, oh no, man. You know what I mean? I don't think I got it anymore, man. I think I'm gonna just do bare knuckle. I'm gonna just do bare knuckle. Motherfuckers had you talking about doing a whole different niggas. Niggas made you want to go do bare knuckle. And every time something happened with Dev, here go Reeves with another interview. He's a hater, bro. He was talking all that. Oh man, you know, I got my shit from the mud, man. I ain't go to private school. All right, so what? So the nigga from private school fried you. Who cares? Cover, you can't pay Slime any mind. He will hate Bud for the rest of his life. By the way, he did his boy Spence. Yeah, Silks. That let you know he weak as fuck mentally. Motherfucker have a bad performance. Motherfucker sit up in that ring talking about doing bare knuckle. And then he do an interview a couple months after that talking about, see, man, you actually gonna keep boxing? Yeah, man, I train every day, man. I be keeping up with the young dudes. Man, knock it off, bro. You gonna join bare knuckle or what, fuck nigga? Exactly, Ralph. You on the money. He says that's like if Boots go to 54 and beats Bakram. They call Boots a weight bully, even though Bakram been a 54-pounder. Can you imagine if Bakram came out with an interview and said that? Bakram be like, oh man, you know, but Boots he rehydrates at this much weight, man. He can't rehydrate. But his first fight at 54 was against you. Which sounds super dumb. Slime, you openly admitted to being a Bud hater. So I don't have to explain anything. You said it out your own mouth. Don't act like we don't got a group chat, nigga. Shout out to the boy Tex in the building. He says, salute Mazuma. Is Jack Catterall a threat at 147? Well, I think he could give us some good fights at 47. I don't know if he wins a world title at 47. Yeah, I mean, I know who Jack Catterall is, and no, I didn't watch the Harlem Eubank fight. I heard it went down as a technical decision due to headbutts, but from what I heard, Jack Catterall was up comfortably. But I've seen Catterall fight on multiple occasions. I think that he could be a part of some good fights. Let's not get it wrong. I think he could give some guys some issues and stuff like that. But I don't know if he becomes world champion. I don't know if he beats any of the top guys. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I know Boots is making his move up, but as of right now, he still has the IBF and the WBA. Cool. Can Jack Catterall beat Boots? Jack Catterall was just at Bosie's dungeon a little bit ago. He's very small. He's very small for a welterweight as well. I had people call me and tell me Jack Catterall was in Philly. I'm like, that's dope. Word, that's what up. That's what's up. Like, bro, he little. I'm like, for real? Then I'm seeing pictures and I'm like, oh, he little for real. Slime says Jack will stop Boots. All right. Let me put you in timeout, brother. me go ahead. No, hold on. Let me pack him. Stay right there. I don't know how long that timeout gonna be for, brother, but you guys sit down for a little bit, man. You wildin'. You gotta sit down. For a little bit. I don't even think Jack could tell you that. I had to time you out for 5 minutes. Nah, 300 seconds is 5 minutes. 300 seconds is 5 minutes, bro. What you talking about? Who said 10 minutes? 10 minutes would be 600 seconds. What's 60 times 5, Coffee? Go back to school, brother. Go 787. What up? Silks Bando said, we still need Keyshawn versus Santos. We got robbed from that. Keyshawn robbed you of that opportunity, brother. You feel what I mean? And he's completely going up to a different weight class. I don't know if Edwin's going to follow his lead and go up to 140 as well. I think he needs to, in all honesty, because the way he looked on that scale was absolutely pitiful. It was disgusting. It was kind of hard to look at, to be honest with you. So I would like to see Edwin make that move up as well. I think that inactivity completely took him out of that division. So I think that additional 5 pounds will help him. But that fight might happen in the future. They might just run it back, because him missing weight and that fight being canceled might create some type of good storyline for them to fight each other in the future. So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, we got to see what Keyshawn going to do at 140 first. We definitely got to see. If Edwin eventually goes up there and they both doing damage, then fuck it. But, we had the opportunity and Keyshawn robbed us of that opportunity. So we ain't got nobody to blame but him. You feel me? So it is what it is. Yeah, I saw Catterall eyebrow. I think they was both cut. And both of them look kind of crazy. I've seen worse cuts. And people continued to fight, but why risk the cut getting worse or people possibly, passing out from, blood loss and stuff like that? I don't know. I get it. Doctors just doing their job, man. You feel me? Santos low-key got to move up too. I agree. I think the way that he looked was absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. Them UFC cuts be different. Yeah. Conor McGregor had the worst cut I've ever seen, like in the UFC, bro. Like when he was cutting down to 145. He said he's staying at 35. I think that's a terrible move. And I think, Edwin ain't the biggest guy, but he do got the power and the explosiveness to hold his own at 40. He said he looked bad, but that's also off a 2-year layoff. Yeah, and what happens is when you do them multi-year layoffs and you hold and that body holds that weight for a good amount of time, I genuinely believe eating yourself out of a weight class or sitting down, like if you sit down long enough, man, you know what I mean, and your body grows comfortable with that additional weight that you got on, I don't think you should go back to that weight class, because what you're doing is your body just accustomed to being at that higher weight. So now when you putting your body through this process where it's cutting all this weight, in a small amount of time, you putting your body through shock. You know what I'm saying? Like you putting your body under stress that, at one point in time it was accustomed to, but it's unfamiliar with at this point. So I think what he did was very detrimental to himself. I think he would have got hurt for real. I think he could have got hurt in that Keyshawn fight, bro. If they'd have let that shit rock, I think Samson saved. I think, to be honest with you, I think he saved Edwin, man. Do you think they should make Edwin versus Ryo too? Or should Edwin take a tune-up first? 2-year layoff, bro. See, that's the thing. PBC acting like they not giving motherfuckers no money, right? So I think Edwin gotta do what's in the best interest of him and his career. I think he needs to go ahead and expand his horizons. I think he need to go see if Turkey could give him a good fight. But the thing is, if he go to Turkey, Turkey not gonna give him no tune-ups. You feel what I mean? Turkey ain't gonna give him no tune-ups. You know what I mean? They say he gonna work with Jay Prince. Jay Prince probably gonna line him up with a top rank deal, whatever the case is. At 35, who top rank got at 35? Raymond Mortatiah, they ain't no tune-up. You feel me? Like that. I don't know if anybody gonna put him in a position to fight for a tune-up. I think Edwin gonna end up going straight to the smoke, especially if he start working with Turkey or something like that. Turkey gonna put him right in with the big dogs. He ain't even about to be playing with you. But if he say he's staying at 35, I think that's a terrible move, but fighters gonna do what fighters gonna do. You feel me? This nigga Slime is wilding today. Edwin beat Ryo easily. No rematch needed. Yeah, he packed. That nigga Edwin packed Ryo, bro. Oh, my God. Yeah, that 2-year layoff gonna fry Edwin. Pro box might be a good move, Anonymous. As a matter of fact, that is the move. It ain't the biggest bag. I mean, it ain't the biggest opportunity. But you know what I mean? They're gonna give you a solid fight, a winnable fight, and get yourself back in the mix. They give you a solid dude. I like that. I like the pro box route. For real, for real. Top Rank will take care of him. Top Rank will take care of him. However, only if he signed with them. Is he going to be willing to sign with Top Rank? Michael Angeletti is still signed to PBC, and that's how he stays active. I seen Michael Angeletti fight what the fuck is that? Jeremy Adorno. I think was that Angeletti? It had to be, bro. Angeletti's a fucking monster, bro. I couldn't believe how big he looked too. Yeah, Michael Angeletti. Yeah, he fought Jeremy Adorno back in 2022. Man, he beat the dog shit out of Jeremy Adorno. And Jeremy Adorno was undefeated too. I remember that shit. So he fight at 118, bro. He fight at 118. He be going between 118 and 126. But bro, he 5'8" with a 72-inch reach at 118 is fucking insane. He going, bro. I remember seeing him, bro. I was like, no fucking way. Because when Angeletti fought Jeremy Adorno, that was in New York. I don't remember. But bro, big as shit, bro. For sure. You know what I mean? .58 with a 72-inch reach. Mayweather was 5'8" with a 72-inch reach and went as high as 154. That motherfucker had 118 doing that. Crazy. And he could fight. He ain't just no big motherfucker for the weight, but he can't rubble. No, he can fight. Frank Martin been out the ring for a good minute. I'm hearing he gonna fight Rances Bartholomew. On that alleged card, August 16th. Still haven't heard nothing about it. Still ain't heard nothing about that August 16th card. I mean, so what's up with Stephen Fulton versus Oshaki? What's up with that? Because they swore that fight was together. Where that's at? I know Lewis ain't. Yo, why Lewis tripping? Yo, Slime, you better not let that nigga get off on you. This nigga said Long John Silver's. This nigga went and named a restaurant he hasn't ate from. Anything vegan, Lewis. That nigga Slime hear the word vegan and he break out in hives. He's like, bro, stop saying that shit, bro. Anything healthy, get that nigga motherfucking smallpox. Shit. I never seen a Long John Silver's restaurant point blank. I've never seen a Long John Silver, not in Philly. Shit. That motherfucker Slime said, bro, stop saying that word, bro. Stop saying that V word. Stop saying that V word. Gold 787 says, Mazuma, I came here late, so I assumed it was open boxing talk. So my question is, if Xander dominates his opponent, does it say more about him or his opponent? Based on your knowledge, I think it's going to say more about him. You know what I'm saying? They say that fighters are as good as their last performance, and Xander Zaya's opponent came off of an upset victory against Charles Conwell. You feel what I mean? And regardless of what version of Charles Conwell stepped in the ring that night, Charles Conwell was one of the most avoided, feared fighters in the 154-pound division. You see what I mean? And there wasn't many people that had Charles Conwell losing that night. So the fact that, he was able to defeat Charles Conwell, when a lot of people had doubted him initially, it goes to show you that he's a game fighter. He's dangerous. You feel what I'm saying? Jorge Garcia, he's been around the block. He got a high knockout ratio. You know what I mean? He has a few losses, but he's never been stopped. You feel what I'm saying? So this is a tough, hard-punching, durable guy. So if Xander Zayas goes up against this guy and completely outclasses him, beats him up, or even stops him, then that just shows you that there's a new sheriff in town in the 154-pound division. Hands down, no debating. I'll give Xander Zayas all the credit in the world if he pulls off this victory against Jorge Garcia Perez. You feel me? But we just going to call him, these motherfucking Mexicans, they be having like 30 last names and shit, like Puerto Ricans and shit like that. So we just going to call this nigga Jorge Garcia. And this ain't no older dude neither. You see what I mean? Like Jorge Garcia, I think me and him about the same age. I remember I was doing my research on that. I seen we about the same age. You feel me? So this is like an in prime, tough, durable guy. He got more fights than Xander. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not about to discredit him. What? This nigga Lewis bugging out. Go 787 says okay, valid opinion. Also, bless everyone in the chat and y'all families. Also, God bless the Mazuma family too. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Shout out to Go 787. Shout out to Go 787. Always in the building, always down for that good boxing talk. You feel what I mean? We've been in here for an hour and 20. That shit went by fast as fuck. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Y'all engaged in the chat. Shout out to the 28 people that's in the building. Let me see how many likes we got in the building. We got 23 likes. Let's go ahead and get them likes up. Let's go ahead and get them likes up, ladies and gentlemen. We 2 subscribers away from that mid 3,100 mark. You feel me? Shout out to everybody in the Cash App. David Lumpkin. Shout out to David Lumpkin in the Cash App. Hit 3K and we already close to 3,100 facts. We working, brother. We doing this together, man. That's how you know there's good topics. Yeah, I was gonna go. I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna go live yesterday, but I was like, man. First of all, I'd be needing a break. I'd be going like days straight going live. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, let me just take this day off to recoup. You feel me? But let's get into some open topics, man. Which I want to discuss. Let me actually bring up the Ring Magazine website and see what they talking about. See if y'all want to cook up on that. Oh. Did y'all see that video that Hamza Shiraz put out, bro? This nigga Lewis said, you from the LGBHD TV. LGB HDTV Fast Food Association. This nigga Lewis bugging the fuck out. He's spazzing. Yeah, so Hamza Shiraz went around Times Square in New York. You know what I mean? The same city that Edgar Berlanga is from. And went around, it's kind of similar to what Tyson Fury did with Deontay Wilder, where he was running around asking if anybody knew who Deontay Wilder was, and everybody was saying no, blah, blah, blah. So I thought this shit was actually pretty funny. I ain't gonna lie to you. So let's actually pull that up. Let's actually pull that up real quick. Because, you know, Edgar Berlanga been going around telling everybody how New York his city, he the king of New York, and, you know, all this bullshit that we know ain't true. Like, ain't no way you could legitimize being the king of New York when you haven't done no king shit in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? You had one big fight, you laid a fucking egg, you know what I mean? You want motherfuckers to parade you for being a loser, and now you run around calling yourself the king of New York when there's an actual champion from New York, a couple champions from New York, that are doing better than you. Let's just keep it 1,000. Like, Amanda Serrano is from New York. I think she's from Brooklyn too. She got more of a case for saying king of New York than you. Like, let's just keep it 1,000. Like, I know Amanda done moved to Puerto Rico and shit, but she from New York. She got more of a. She can say, "Yo, I'm the king of New York," and I know she'll never say that because she humble. You know what I mean? But she would never say it, but she got more of a case for saying it than him. What the fuck has he done? He hasn't even beat a top contender in the game yet. Yeah. So let's actually hear this segment with Hamza Shiraz. This shit's actually pretty funny.
He goes by the name of Edgar Berlanga. Do you know who he is? No. Even Batman don't know. It's Hamza Shiraz. We're here at Times Square in New York. Edgar Berlanga says he's a king of New York. I think he's a sausage, but let's see what the public
I don't know who the fuck that is. Clearly, he don't run New York.
heard of him.
Pete Davis is king of Staten Island. That's all I know.
Hour and 15 minutes. We ain't found nobody who said they know who he is. He goes by the name of Edgar Berlanga. Do you know who he is?
No.
No clue. Even though you're Batman and you know everyone in the city, you don't know who who Edgar Berlanga is? No. Even Batman don't know. Do you guys know who Edgar Berlanga is?
No.
Do you have any clue who he is?
No, not at all.
And are you from New York?
Yes.
The little thing with you and him, yeah? The face off, yeah, you're going to knock him out. You'll knock him out.
We finally found someone who knows who he is. East London, same as me. No one knows who Edgar Berlanga is, and the only person who did is from East London, from where I'm from. So he only knows Edgar Berlanga because of me. Buy your tickets. It should be a great night. July the 12th. Let's go.
He said, I think he's a sausage. Well, that shit was actually pretty funny. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's good promotion right there. That's good promotion right there, man. Berlanga finna have a part 2 parade of PR. The nigga gonna get knocked out by Hamza. Motherfucker gonna have a patch on his head running around Puerto Rico. Yo. Berlanga gonna lose and fucking this nigga gonna have an after party after the Shiraz fight in New York. I stood toe to toe. I told Hamza before Hamza knocked me the fuck out, man. I told him to suck my dick, nigga. Yeah, man, King of New York. Man, shut your ass up, you hoe ass nigga. He said that, yeah, you know, Canelo dropped me, yeah. But you know what I did when I got up? You know what happened when I got up, though? I told that nigga to suck my dick. I told him to suck it. Yeah, he dropped me. So what? That happened to everybody. But you know what I did? How about throw some punches, dickhead? You in a boxing ring. Fuck is you talking about? You sound super dumb. What's up, bro? All these boxing dudes, they dumb, bro. Yeah, I told Canelo to suck my, me. He ain't even punch hard, but he dropped you, bro. Yeah, but guess what? Guess what happened when I got up? You know what I told him when I got up? Yeah, bro, I know what you told him. I'm going to say it again. I told him to suck my, I'm saying? You heard? I told him to suck my, you heard? Dude is an idiot. I'm in my city. This my shit. I told Turkey, this my shit. Okay. Shit is crazy. Streets is done. This nigga Slime said, just put the fries in the bag, bro. Yo, just put the fries in the bag, bro. Dead ass. Don't forget the salt too, Nina. Don't forget the salt too. Fuck wrong with you? I got up and didn't win another round. Bro said, he said, you know what I did? I got up and didn't win another round and survived. I'm that nigga. Yo, that's exactly what happened. He got up, didn't win another round and survived. I'm him. You peep, he ain't laying that hook again, right? He said that. He was like, yeah, I worked this whole camp not to get hit with that hook, and he hit me with that hook. So when I went down, I slammed my gloves together. Yeah, that's the cleanest punches you landed the whole fight. That was the cleanest punches that Edgar Berlanga landed the whole fight when he went like this after he got dropped. The cleanest punch he landed in that fight was when he punched his own gloves. Fucking goofy. He's a clown. Ghost 787 says, Mazuma, why not put all the fighters in the press conference instead of just 4? What you referring to, Ghost? What press conference? Bro, what fucked me up was he was repping all this big Puerto Rico stuff. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to get the crowd in tune, and nobody cheered for him. Then when Canelo did it, the crowd went wild. He was like, man, I don't like pretty much was talking shit about Puerto Rico. I don't like how they ain't support me, man. Bro, you're a fucking nobody. He's a fucking nobody, bro. Puerto Rico wasn't behind you because you ain't ever do nothing to make Puerto Rico proud, nigga. Lewis said that nigga went from Aguadilla to El Moro on horse. From Aguadilla? I know exactly where. Yo, he out of pocket. Hold up. From Aguadilla to El Moro on a horse. What, yo? That's a different nigga, bro. You know how long that trip is, bro? That's what niggas did back in the days, like Ben Franklin and all them niggas. What the fuck? From Aguadilla to El Moro. Bro, Aguadilla is like all the way west of Puerto Rico. El Moro is like all the way the fuck over here. Bro, that's hilarious, bro. Yo. Berlanga a clown. We don't really fuck with him on the island. His parade had 25 niggas blocking the highway. Bro, and they probably got paid. He probably paid them niggas. Probably paid them niggas to ride behind him on a dirt bike. Well, they probably was just some groupie ass Rican niggas. Who knows? But bro, on some real shit, bro, with the type of pool I got in Puerto Rico, I probably could have had more motherfuckers do a parade for me. Shit. They saying Berlanga Pops was a street dude. Who gives a fuck? What they gotta do with him? My dad a street nigga, you heard? Bro, you Puerto Rican, you know we don't fuck with that. I'm tuned in with the island, cuz. Like I know. You feel me? I sit there and I be reading all the articles, you know what I'm saying? That be coming out when they be talking about Berlanga, the PR boxing media. Then I hear a couple interviews. This dude Edgar Berlanga sat up on this Puerto Rican I forgot dude's name. But like he's like one of the biggest podcasters on the island and shit. He gonna go ahead and tell the dude that he a legend already. And the dude was like, well, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know about that yet, but like maybe after you beat like Caleb Plant, Charlo, Munguia, you know, maybe we could look at you that way, which still wouldn't make him a legend in my opinion. But he says, no, I'm a legend right now. You know what I'm saying? All these first round knockouts, I got more first round knockouts than Mike Tyson. Like I'm a legend right now. It's like, bro, if you got confidence in yourself, confidence in your power, confidence in your abilities, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to have that in order to be a fighter, but for you to just be coming out here and saying that you a legend and you comparing yourself to Mike Tyson to legitimize yourself or act like you better than Mike Tyson, bro, it's like, bro, you almost make me, I ain't even gonna lie, he make me want to root for Hamza Shiraz, bro. Like he about to have me on my East London shit. You fucking sausage. Dead ass, bro. He make me really want to go to New York, go to Queens, whatever the case is, with a motherfucking Hamza Shiraz graphic tee and watch Hamza beat the shit out of Edgar Berlanga, bro. He's a fucking clown. And he telling you exactly what his intentions is. I remember he made a whole hit list talking about how he want to fight Charlo, Plant, Munguia. I think he even put Pacheco on the list. Bro, he full of shit. He literally sat up on that interview and told you exactly what he want. He want that rematch with Canelo. He dead ass about to be a motherfucker who revolve his career around Canelo, just like Triple G dumbass did. Just sitting around waiting for an opportunity. Ain't gonna fight nobody big in the meantime. Like, bro, why would he give you a rematch? Why would he give you a rematch? Who gonna put up the bread for that rematch? Turkey not gonna want to make that shit happen. He said, "I'm gonna drink some tea if Shiraz stop Berlanga." Motherfucker, go sip some tea, bro. Yo, that's fucking hilarious. I'm gonna spin that bitch with the spoon and all. Spin that motherfucker and tap the spoon on the cup. Oh my god, that shit gonna be hilarious. I'm gonna make sure I get me a big ass crumpet from ShopRite. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get on my son. That weekend that they rumble, bro, I'm gonna go to ShopRite. I'm gonna get me a big ass crumpet. You know what I'm saying? With some tea. You know what I mean? I got a coffee maker right here. I get the tea popping. You feel what I'm saying? I sip that motherfucker right up the belong and get his ass knocked out. He said he want to lose to Canelo, then celebrate by taking a cab from Brooklyn to Albany. Bro. That nigga Berlanga gonna get his ass knocked out by Shiraz, then he gonna go get a chopped cheese and celebrate outside the corner store. He don't even hit hard. He don't even hit hard. They like, yeah, Edgar, we got you, bro. We got you. I'm trying to tell you, bro. They did that. Man, Turkey, that's Turkey's son. That's Turkey's son. Yeah, I know, nigga. Yeah, I know. Fucking loser. Yo, Lewis drawn. Yeah. Man. Remember Tank said his dad breath stink and he got mad. So who did Tank say breath stink? Berlanga or Berlanga Pop? I do remember he said somebody breath stink. Berlanga? Yeah, I remember that shit. Berlanga got pissed. Apparently they had some type of issue at the club or something. I don't know. Tank got problems with everybody though. So it is what it is. But we got anything else we talking about before I get up out of here, man? Let me know. Coffee. Wait. Who said that? That was Slime? Bro, Slime be tripping, bro. Why you talking about Tank mom like that, man? What be fucking me up be when Tank be calling people like dope fiends and shit like that. Like, bro, look who raised you, bro. Abdul Wahid be tweaking facts. I wonder if he even still Muslim. Like, I ain't see this motherfucker Tank pull out a prayer mat yet. Will 140 get a unification bout? I hope so. I think it definitely could happen because there's a lot of shit going on at 140 right now. You know, Puyo Matias, that fight getting done. It seemed like Gary Antoine Russell getting something together. Well, at least he looking for an opportunity. He said he wants to do a unification fight. I seen him say that on Cigar Talk recently. Then we got Teofimo Lopez. Who knows what the fuck he gonna do? It seemed like he just sitting on the shelf right now, waiting for something to come through. And Richardson Hitchens, I don't know what's up with him neither. Seemed like everybody else just sitting around waiting for them belts to vacate at 147. That's what it looked like to me. Yeah, I heard Gary say he wanted his get back against Puello. He said he don't care if Puello lose, so that shit low key personal to him. You feel me? But if anybody's gonna be doing any type of unifying at 140, I believe Gary Antoine will be the one to step up to the plate. Like just hearing how the way he talk, he genuinely feel like he the best at 140 right now. You know what I mean? He don't really think much of these dudes, so that's a good fight. You feel me? It seemed like Gary, the only one that's willing to take chances at this point. So if that's the case, you know what I mean? Somebody got to step up. Somebody got to step up. So Gary will give Puello a title shot if he loses to Matias. That's what he said. That's what he said. But this is the thing. If Puello loses to Matias, especially if he gets stopped by Matias somehow, some way, I mean, if he then Gary should just try to go for that fight. But it's like, that shit not gonna happen on the PBC side, y'all. It's not. It's not. You see how they having trouble funding Gervonta Davis? You think that they gonna have a good, you know, and that's one of their stars. So imagine how the way they gonna be lowballing these guys who, you know, not stars, not the stars of their company. Does Tim beat Fundora this time around? I think he can. I really think he can. Tim Tszyu beat the shit out of Joey Spencer in that last fight and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So he might just have his confidence back. He took back-to-back L's. And, you know, I think in that Bakr Mortazaliev fight, I think he rushed his return. I think he should have took some time to really heal from that injury that he got on the top of his head. It's going to be interesting to see Fundora's approach. Is he going to try to reopen that cut? Because I could see that happening. Like, I could genuinely see that happening. Like, it's a fight. You feel what I mean? So, you know what I mean? If this motherfucker Fundora start, you know, picking up them elbows or something like that. But I do know that Tim was beating what was tagging Fundora prior to that cut. And I think that cut definitely had his effects on him, you know, in terms of like, you know, his mental and, you know, when you losing blood out of the way Tim Tszyu was losing blood, that can have an effect on your stamina as well, your vision. So I think Tim gonna break Fundora up. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I genuinely think he's gonna break Fundora up. I think it's gonna be an exciting ass fight. I think they're just gonna be sitting in the middle of the ring. I think there's gonna be a lot of trading involved, but I think with the type of punching power that Tim Tszyu got, I think that he's gonna do more damage on Fundora, man. He seems focused. He seems motivated. He wants to get back in world title contention. And listen, man, if Tim Tszyu beats Fundora, that's a 2-time world champion right there. Motherfuckers got to put respect on his name. Go 787 says Turkey out here spreading propaganda saying Shakur fighting for a belt. Any thoughts? Well, he defended his title. Is he putting the Ring magazine up? Is that what he's saying? Is the Ring magazine being put on the line for Shakur and William Cepeda? That's interesting. Fundora only option to win. It's a tag team his sister. Gabriella better than him. I'll tell you that. Gabriella is better than Sebastian, in my opinion. You know, they both world champions, so I know their parents gotta be proud, bro. Their parents definitely gotta be proud. Like, how many people could say that they got a son and a daughter, and they both was world champion? Like that's phenomenal. He said Morrell versus Jamal. Jamal at 68 and Morrell at 75. I don't know if Jamal said he ended his career at 68 from what I understand. I think he said that for real. She tall too. Yeah, that's them genetics. That's them genetics right there, boy. And she could crack. She be beating them girls the fuck up in that ring, bro. I think she gonna be like. She definitely gonna be. I think she gonna be the next one to hit the top of that pound for pound list in the female world. I don't think anybody doing anything with her in that weight class she in. Yeah, Jamal retiring at 68. That's what I heard him say before. You know what I mean? That this gonna be the last weight class he compete in. So that shit ain't happening. Said Plant been quiet. Mark, what's next? Man, he need to assess what the fuck happened in that fight with Resendez. You know what I mean? Why did you fatigue so fast? You know what I mean? Why do you fatigue so fast whenever people punch you to the body? What adjustments can you make? Do you need to change your strength and conditioning coach? Do you need to train harder? Are you not cutting weight properly? There's some things that he needs to assess. Whoever's running his training camp, are they getting him the right sparring? Because Bradman said he wasn't even in charge of the sparring. I'm like, bro, what is your exact role? Because like as a coach, that's just mind-boggling to me that you're somebody's boxing coach, yet you don't even have say in who the fuck he spars. You don't even have the ultimate say so in how the way he goes about his camp. So is it you? Is it his father? I don't know. You feel what I mean? So they gotta, before he fight anybody, he need to figure out what the fuck is wrong. That's been a constant theme in his career. Do you just have bad genetics? Because I genuinely feel like part of having great conditioning is genetics as well. There's people that just have the genetics necessary where they could, be in phenomenal shape or have top conditioning. And there's others who, have like average conditioning. Then you got people who, are below average in the conditioning field in terms of, stamina and shit like that. Like, what is it? 88 Sports Talk says if he don't have a say, what the fuck is he there for? That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because when they added him to the team, they were saying that Bradman was his new coach. And you know what I mean? Caleb Plant's dad has always been there and shit like that. But, I'm trying to figure out, like, is Richie Plant, Caleb Plant's dad, is he the one who is actually the head coach and Birdman is just assisting them? Like, what's the dynamic? Like, I don't understand because, after that fight that, Plant had, Birdman did a long interview with the media and he was talking about how he wants carte blanche, which means freedom, you know what I mean, to like leisure, to, completely control a training camp. So I was like, what? So I got to listening. And he said that like he would like to, like he didn't want to say too much and stuff like that. But in reality, I think he did say a lot. He was saying how he would like to control the sparring. I'm like, yo, what type of boxing coach don't have a say so in the sparring? Like, what the fuck Planting them niggas got going on over there? Go 787 said, yo, Matias looking scary right now. That man looks like when he fought Jukenbaev, he looks like he's in phenomenal shape. Like, I remember that one comeback he had after Leon Paro. He looked out of shape. He looked fat. You know what I mean? He had no muscle definition. Subro looked like he on weight right now. Like, he looked like he on weight right now. You feel what I'm saying? He looked slim, trim. You know what I mean? Cut the fuck up, ready to go. So he definitely ready. It looked like he peaking at the right time too. So if Subro show out, it's because he had a phenomenal camp. But yeah, like as a boxing coach, I really don't understand that. Like, ain't no way. And I don't give a fuck how much they paying me. Like, if you paying me to do a specific job, or you hiring me to be a boxing coach, I should have some input. Like if I'm collabing with another coach, me and that coach need to sit down, figure out what both of our styles is and how we could, mesh well together. You know what I mean? Like Bomac, Coach Red, Saul, I believe was one of the other coaches' name. There's multiple coaches that's affiliated with the B&B boxing team, Bud and Bull Mag boxing team, and they sit down, they communicate with each other, and they find ways to, implement themselves in the camp. Breadman and Richie Plant gonna have to do that too, because for real, like not having a say in sparring is crazy. As soon as I peep that, I'm like, oh yeah. And Breadman not no motherfucker who need enough money or need to he doing real well from what I understand. He got kids that are active, and he said he be flying back and forth to like support his kids during they like games and graduations and shit like that. So it's like, bro, I ain't about to be sitting here wasting my time with this camp if y'all niggas not giving me my respect or letting me do my fucking job. Mazuma, if you had to build the perfect fighter from skills to footwork, everything included, who you picking? All right, let's see. Let me see like the categories. So what would the categories be? Let me see. Who playing gonna fight? Charlo, Reform. We have no clue. We don't even know if Caleb Plant comes back this year. To be honest with you, we ain't heard nothing about that. Charlo said that he still want that gas. You feel me? Even though he lost, he still want that smoke from that fight because he want his get back. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. So if they still end up fighting this year, then it's still a fight that I would consider. I'm gonna definitely watch it. Ain't no doubt about that. Yeah, if somebody slapped the dog shit out you, whether they could lose 8 times, I'ma still want that smoke. You crazy. But the difference is I'd have ran into the smoke right after he slapped me. Because anybody could get slapped. Somebody could slap the dog shit out of me as soon as I walk out this crib. Tomorrow, tonight, whenever. You feel me? It's just what you do after the fact. You feel me? That's what make the difference. I'm having ChatGPT cook it up for me. All right, so Go 787. He says, if you had to build a perfect fighter from skills to footwork, everything included, who you picking? So, speed. Speed is a good one. We gonna go. I'm gonna give y'all a current fighter, Gary Russell Jr. Prime Gary Russell Jr. Speed. Power. I'm gonna go with somebody who punch hard with both hands. We gonna go with Julian Jackson. I'm gonna mix up all time and current. You feel me? So speed, I got prime Gary Russell. I was gonna do Amir Khan, but I feel like Amir Khan, although he had fast hands, he was a bit like one-dimensional with his offense. So I'm gonna say Gary Russell Jr., prime Gary Russell Jr. Power, we're gonna go Julian Jackson. Defense, we're gonna go Pernell Whitaker. Ring IQ, I'm gonna get at the Floyd Mayweather. I'm gonna get at the Floyd Mayweather. I think his ring IQ is out of this world. Just my opinion. Chin and Hart, we're gonna go with Marvin Hagler. Man. I think that I don't think anybody showcased Chin and Hart like Marvin Hagler, bro. Stamina. There's a few people we could go with. We could go Prime Errol Spence. We could go David Benavidez, Aaron Pryor. We're going to go with Aaron Pryor. For stamina. Mental toughness. This one might be a wild card for y'all. I kind of want to say, Gabe Rosado, bro. That motherfucker is a fucking warrior. Like it's not like you can't break Gabe Rosado, bro. But let's do somebody who is, Muhammad Ali. I think his mental toughness was underrated. I think he was an absolute dog. Mental toughness could go to Marvin Hagler as well. I think I'm gonna go with Marvin again. Technique. I'm gonna say Guillermo Rigondeaux. Prime Guillermo Rigondeaux, bro. His technique was flawless. You feel what I'm saying? Mental toughness could go to Aaron Pryor as well. But I'm going to go with Marvin Hagler for two out of these 8 categories. If we talk, I didn't see. I'm going to tell it to include a couple more attributes. Yeah, look. So they added. So now it's 10. So mental toughness, I already did the 8. So for speed, I put Gary Russell Jr., power, Julian Jackson, defense, Pernell Whitaker, ring IQ, Floyd Mayweather, stamina. What did I put for stamina? Aaron Pryor, I think. Chin and recovery. Marvin Hagler. Hart. Wait, was Hart on here? No, they mixed it up a little bit. So Hart, like motherfuckers who just dogs, like shit, might have to go with Marvin Hagler with that one too. Mental toughness. James Toney. How about that one? James Toney. Footwork. No repeats? Fuck. All right. Speed. Gary Russell Jr. Power. Julian Jackson. Defense. Pernell Whitaker. Ring IQ. Floyd Mayweather. Stamina. We gonna go with. Damn, bro. Stamina. We gonna go with. I'm a little bit conflicted. Stamina, we're going to go with Aaron Pryor. Chin and recovery, Marvin Hagler. Hart. We're going to go with Arturo Gotti. What y'all think about that? That motherfucker Hart was crazy. I seen Floyd beat the dog shit out of Arturo Gotti and was pissed. That they tried to stop the fight. Mental toughness. James Toney. Footwork. We gonna go. What we doing for footwork, y'all? Y'all said Sugar Ray Leonard. Nah, man. I think Floyd's ring IQ is stands out to me more than his footwork. You said Loma for footwork. I probably put Orlando Canizales for that one. Orlando Canizales. Ali for a heavyweight, Leonard. Go look him up, Slime, and then come back to me. Timing and precision. We're gonna go with Guillermo Rigondeaux. We're gonna go with Guillermo Rigondeaux. Guillermo Rigondeaux was breaking niggas' jaws off of pure precision. I'm gonna go watch him as soon as I get off of here, bro. For sure. For those who don't know who Orlando Canizales is, please go look him up. They called him the Mexican Matrix. They call him the Mexican Matrix. I'm surprised defense not really on. Well, oh no, never mind. I put Purnell. You could do Wilfred Benitez. You know what I mean? They call him the radar for a reason. Willie Pep. Of course, Floyd. James Toney had good defense too. Luce, okay, yeah. Nicolino Luce. I think that's how you say his name, Nicolino. Yeah, man. It's a good job. This nigga Silks is crazy. Silks gonna ask me, Mark, do they have a category for celebrating losses? Yeah, y'all niggas got jokes today, man. Yo, Silks ain't shit. Oh my God. Do they have a category for celebrating losses? Fucking hilarious. But that's how I'm gonna close out this live, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Mark, what's your favorite ass whooping in box? I'm gonna answer this, then I'm gonna get up out of here since it's anonymous. Tito Trinidad versus William Joppy. That's probably my favorite one. James Toney Holyfield. That shit was funny to me. I don't know why. Even though it's kind of fucked up because Holyfield was washed already. But Earl Spence versus Lamont Peterson. Triple G versus David Lemieux. You know it was a bad John? Canelo and Josecito Lopez, bro. Bro, Canelo beat that nigga like he stole. Like, yo, Canelo whooped Josecito like he smashed his mom or something. Like, Josecito smashed Canelo's mom. He wasn't having none of that. Pacquiao versus Margarito, bad John. Cotto versus Margarito, the first one, hell yeah. Margarito beat the fuck out of Cotto, bro. Can't forget Bud Spence. That was a bad John. You know it was an ass whooping too. Fucking why is it not registering? Gary Antoine and Rayo. He beat his ass. Bacoli Anderson, yeah. Yeah. Lennox versus Tyson, yeah. Yes. Tyson was trying to give him everything he could. Lennox was not with it. Lennox cleaned him the fuck up. Mosley versus Mayorga, yup. Trinidad versus Mayorga was a bad joint too. Yo, Tito really whooped niggas' asses, bro. Like when you really look back, he really fucked niggas up. For real, and it was competitive in spots, but Tito Fernando Vargas was an ass whooping too. Miguel Cotto versus Paulie. Yes. Yes. How about when Earl Spence beat the shit out of Chris Van Heerden? That was an ass whooping. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Floyd versus Gotti probably the most. Anonymous said Pacquiao versus Hatton. Bro, that wasn't even an ass whooping. That was like just because when I'm thinking of ass whooping, I'm thinking like punishment. Like Pacquiao just sparked him off the rip. That shit was so easy. Barrera versus Nassim Hamed. That's the perfect one right there, boy. That dude, that took all the fight out of Hamed. Barrera made him not want to box no more. I think he fought one more time and then he retired. Yo, Andre Ward versus Chad Dawson. Ass whooping. Ass whooping. Ugas low key put it on. Yeah, he low key whooped Pacquiao. He did low key. Take Pedraza. It was just so quick. Yeah, it was a quick John, like a quick ass whooping. Yeah. Beha versus Tarver. That's a great one. Beha versus Pavlik. Matias versus Malik Hawkins. I was gonna say that one, but you know what I mean, I shot it down because a lot of people don't know Malik Hawkins. Malik could rumble too. I seen him fight in Philly a couple times. He could rumble. But as soon as I heard Matias was lined up with Hawkins, I was like, oh yeah, Malik not beating him. I knew that from the rip. Tank Pedraza, yeah. But that joint, that was a good joint, yeah. Why not? Andre Ward versus Chad Dawson. Y'all ever seen that fight? Pitbull versus Rolly. Yep. There's been a lot of ass whoopings in boxing, man. Wilder Stavern. That was one round of chaos. Even that first fight, Wilder was whooping on Stavern. Yeah. A lot of people sleep on that first performance, Wilder Stavern, bro. Wilder was frying him with that right hand for 12 rounds. Oh, Benavidez versus Porky. Yeah, Benavidez versus Porky Medina. He beat the shit out of Porky, bro. Benavidez Plant. Yeah, that shit was getting dark at the end. See, Wilder Brazil, that wasn't really an ass whooping. He just sparked him. Like, there's a difference. Like Wilder Brazil, it ain't really get dark until that right hand landed. Yeah, like round 7 through 12 though, with Benavidez and Plant, that shit was getting a little. That shit was getting a little dark in there. Plant knowing how to hold saved him. Because he would have got stopped. Canelo when he sparked Kirkland. Yeah. Yo, that shit was the bid because Kirkland came out guns blazing. Canelo was like, "Oh nah, fuck this. He punching too hard." He admitted Kirkland was the hardest punch he ever felt. He hit Kirkland with one good jump, bro. He hit him with a hook. This nigga Kirkland dead ass was like, he went from marching forward. Canelo hit him, bing. He straight went up against the ropes. Was like, come on. That nigga was hurt as shit trying to play it up. That shit was the bid. Anyway versus Donaire. Anyway done fucked a few niggas up, bro. Like, yeah, bro. How about Roy Jones versus Vinny Pazienza? Woo-wee. He fried Vinny bad. Vinny ain't belonging there with him, bro. Like, I don't know why they did that. Vinny said that he took the fight because they offered him like 1.3. But Vinny came all the way up from, like, he started at lightweight. Fury Wilder too, yep. Foreman versus Frazier, that was a body bag right there, boy. Benavidez low-key gave Morel a whooping. It was competitive, but yeah. Lomachenko versus Nicholas Walters, no mas. Yeah, but it was like, I don't know. That shit was weird, bro. Like, I don't know why Nicholas Walters quit. I don't know, bro. I don't know if he was just like, I don't know. Loma used to bring the bitch out of these niggas. That's all I know. Subrel versus Dadashev. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to him. But that's very true. Crawford versus Horn. Yep. That was an ass whooping indeed. Rolly versus the old man. Rolly got about that joint. What was so weird, Rolly was trying to box the old man, Barroso. And they kept getting him in fucked up situations. But as soon as Rolly fought his fight, he was actually getting off on the old head. It was stopped prematurely, but it was starting to get dark for the old head. I remember that. Broner versus DeMarco. I think that was like 130. Pitbull versus Rolly was so bad, bro. Matias versus Ergashev, yep. Yeah, it was a horrible stoppage, but Rolly was starting to see some success because he started getting gritty with the bull. Like, that was a good adjustment from Rolly, but he didn't need that first approach was unnecessary. Like, you over here trying to yo, Marky, don't be promoting shit on my channel if you ain't gonna cut me a check, dog. You know what I mean? You gonna be promoting your channel and shit, man. It need to be a super chat or something. Rolly versus Yigit, facts. Really beat niggas ass so bad. Leonard versus Davey Boy Green, yeah. Yeah. But all right, y'all. I'm going to get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and show love as always. If you can go ahead and hit the like button on the way out, that'd be very much appreciated. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's been supporting the channel, man. We on the road to 4K, and we at that mid 3,100 mark. You feel what I mean? Shout out to the nation and the mob for consistently supporting. I'm tired as a motherfucker, so I'm going to go ahead and get my rest. Until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to continue talking about the sport of boxing. I'll holler at y'all, man. Peace.